Hello, welcome to If. We post a new video every week. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video again. Today we ask if we can see the future. Looking into the future has been a skill that many have longed for and some have claimed to have, but is it possible? For as long as we have been recording history, there have been those that have claimed they could see what is coming. From biblical verses of Isaiah and John, to the quatrains and prophecies of Nostradamus. Modern day prophecy from people like Edgar Cayce and John Nelson Darby. All have claimed to see what is coming, and all have different degrees of success. Nostradamus is arguably the most successful prophet, with many of his prophecies said to have come true. The French apothecary and prophet has his skeptics, but what is undeniable is his ideas have a staying power. His first book, Les Prophets, was written in 1555 and is still being published today. To bring him to the modern era, there is Nostradamus for Dummies. His book consists of 4-line blocks. These are called quatrains. In these he attempts to predict the future. Here are 5 cases when his predictions seem to have hit the mark. The prediction: the sky will burn at 45 degrees. Fire approaches the great new city. By fire he will destroy their city. A cold and cruel heart. Blood will pour, mercy to none. We all know what actually happened. September 11th, 2001, hijacked planes crashed into the 2 towers of the World Trade Center in New York. Nostradamus scholars interpret the 45 degrees in their prediction as either a reference to the New York City's proximity to the 45th line of latitude, or that the burning buildings would fall, creating a 45-degree angle on the ground. The next prediction is the assassination of JFK. He wrote, "The ancient task will be completed. From on high, evil will fall on the great man. A dead innocent will be accused of the deed. The guilty will remain in their midst." John Kennedy's assassination in 1963 undoubtedly was from on high. The shots which killed him entered his head from the 6th floor window. Lee Harvey Oswald, the accused, was shot and killed by a Dallas nightclub owner, Jack Ruby, while in police custody. Oswald also persistently claimed he was a patsy and innocent. To this day, we don't know for sure who killed JFK. The most infamous prediction is that of Hitler's terror in Europe. This comes in 2 parts. From the depths of the west of Europe, a young child will be born of poor people. He who by tongue will seduce a great troop. His fame will increase towards the realm of the east. And beasts ferocious with hunger will cross the rivers. The great part of the battlefield will be against Hister. Into a cage of iron will the great one be drawn, when the child of Germany observes nothing. Hitler was born to poor parents in 1889 in Western Europe. He used his intense speaking skills to mobilize the Nazi Party in Germany in the years following World War I. Germany, as part of the Axis powers, also allied with Japan in the east. Many believe Hister to be a typo. It is also an old name for the Danube River. Hitler was born just miles from that river in what was Austria-Hungary, also known as the Danube Monarchy. Nostradamus often incorporated anagrams such as Hister into his writing. The third supposed strike is that of predicting the French Revolution. Songs, chants, and demands will come from the enslaved, held captive by the nobility in their prisons. At a later date, brainless idiots will take these as divine utterances. In 1789, the French people rose up, deciding they had had enough of aristocratic rule, storming the Bastille, a Paris fortress, which was used as a prison. The fall of the Bastille, which symbolized the monarchy's abuse of power, was the height of the French Revolution. After this, the peasants quickly took control and enforced their demands. They kidnapped the French royals and beheaded some of them. The final example of a prediction coming to pass is the Great Fire of London. He wrote, "The blood of the just will be lacking in London, burnt up in the fire of 66. The ancient lady will topple from her high place. Many of the same sect will be killed. September 2nd, 1666, a small fire started in a bakery on Pudding Lane, London. It quickly turned into a 3-day blaze. This blaze consumed most of the city. At least 8 people died in the blaze, and thousands of houses and businesses burned. Blood of the just might refer to the elimination of millions of flea-carrying rats that spread the Black Death. The deadly plague died out during the Great Fire. These predictions came to Nostradamus when he entered a dreamlike state while staring into a bowl of water, the water acting like a window through time, allowing him to see and interpret the events that were to come. His supporters say the strange and non-exact descriptions are because he did not fully understand what he was seeing, many of the buildings and technologies being strange and almost magical to him. Today we understand technology, and we have scientists looking into the causes and effects of time. We understand that it moves differently in different areas of the universe. Einstein's theory of general relativity determined that the laws of physics are the same for all non-accelerating observers, and that the speed of light in a vacuum was independent of the motion of all observers. This is the theory of spatial relativity. It introduced a new framework for all physics and proposed new concepts of space and time. So today, could technology unlock the ability to see the future? We know that when we are observing the stars, what we see is an image of the past. The distances of space, and the time it takes light to travel those distances, means that what we see actually happened a measurable amount of time in the past. Could we turn this concept around, allowing us to see into the future? Theoretical physicist and string theorist Brian Greene of Columbia University said, "You can build a spaceship, go out into space and travel near the speed of light, turn around and come back. Imagine you go out for 6 months, and you turn around and you come back for 6 months. While you are traveling at the speed of light, time stays slow relative to the people who are standing still back on Earth. As a result, you would be going fast while your clock would still be going slow." Professor Greene says, when you step out of your ship, you're 1 year older, but Earth has gone through many years. It can have gone through 10,000, 100,000 or 1,000,000 years, depending on how close you are to the speed of light. Stephen Hawking has also added to this, explaining its feasibility. In the past, he said, it would take 6 years at full power to reach these speeds. After the first 2 years, it would reach half-light speed and be far outside the solar system. After another 2 years, it would be travelling at 90% of the speed of light. After another 2 years of full thrust, the ship would reach full speed, 98% of the speed of light. And each day on the ship would be a year on Earth. At such speeds, a trip to the edge of the galaxy would take just 80 years for those on board. So 2 great minds of our time believe it to be possible. Have we attempted it? Do we have the technology available to us today? The problem is that a machine which needs to travel at such speeds would require an unimaginable amount of energy, and the stresses from the centrifugal force on the body would prove fatal to anyone inside. But there is another way. This feasible way to travel through time does involve going into outer space. Another of Einstein's theories states that if you were to situate yourself on the edge of a black hole, time passes more slowly. Professor Greene explains, you hang out next to a black hole for a while, you come back, get out of your ship, and it will be any number of years into the future. Whatever you want it to be, all depending on how close you got to the edge of that black hole and how long you hung out there. That is time travel to the future. And time travel has already happened. International Space Station resident cosmonaut Sergei Krikalev holds the record for the longest amount of time spent in space, at 803 days, 9 hours and 39 minutes. The ISS travels at around 7.66 kilometers a second when it's orbiting the Earth, and due to the high speed and length of time which he spent in space, the cosmonaut actually arrived back to Earth 0.02 seconds in the future, thanks to a process known as time dilation. The time would run a fraction of a millisecond faster when on board the ISS, which is moving at speed far away from Earth. Physicist Colin Stewart said in a TED Talk that time dilation due to gravity is quite small because Earth's gravity is quite weak, until the time dilation due to their speed wins out and astronauts really do travel just a tiny amount into their futures. So we understand how it occurs. We are time traveling today, if only by milliseconds. Do you think with further research we will see time travel become a usable technology? My favorite quote regarding time travel is as follows: "What do we want? Time travel. When do we want it? It's irrelevant." I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below. If you like this video, please mash that like button. Maybe subscribe to keep up with our latest posts. Follow us on social media. Until next time.